Good morning. It is day 15, which is weird. 17 is supposed to be our last day hiking, so it's getting near the end here. So today, broke out of camp at 6:08, or no, 4. Something like, it's important, but I forget. Chad busted out well before 5, or before 6. Chris, he probably got out just about 6. Toby's still in there. She'll pass us later on anyway. She's not gonna stop at Reds. She has 5 days of food she's carrying. I'm like, are you kidding me, man? So, anyways, tiny bit of uphill I'm doing right now. And then that's might be most of the uphill for the day. I don't really want to say that because I really don't know, but it might be something like that. So, yeah, Reds Meadows, 13.5 miles. We're gonna start hiking through pumice, and we'll get a whole nother ecosystem we're gonna hike into. It's gonna be super cool. Stoked about that. Did I say lunch at Reds Meadows? Cheeseburgers and fries. Hopefully milkshakes. Very quick resupply. Need like a day and a half of food or something like that. And then we're just gonna bust out of there because we want to get in position for a Donahue Pass, and then we got to figure out how we're gonna do Yosemite because there's 3 of us that got to figure all this out. Hold on. There we go. The sky's much nicer than it looks. There we go. There's a hiker camp at Rosalie Meadows, and there's a store there. We can get some resupply. So we're carrying hardly any food at all the rest of the trip. This is great. But you can't hike, or you can't camp plus or minus 4 miles of the hiker camp. Yeah, they want people dispersed. Whatever, you know? So I think our original plan is based on what G and I did. It actually meets that criteria, but they're not official campsites. Although the overlook, I think, is marked on far out, G said. But anyways, we'll see how that goes. So it was cold this morning, 37 degrees, according to Chris. So, yeah, I felt that last night. I mean, I was warm, but you can tell, you know, your face, cold air on your face. So, and I still obviously have my puffy on. I got a buff on. I got my beanie on. Got my gloves. Yeah. So I think it'll be a while before I switch out to my frog talk. So, but it is a glorious morning. Let's see if we can get a better blue color there. Come on. It's not. There we go. But it's a really nice morning. So we have just over 2 miles now to Duck Lake. And then I'm not sure how far it is till the next water. There's not a ton of water in Reds Meadows or on the way there. But I know there's a couple streams for sure because I remember getting water there and camping by one. So that's the dealio. See our elevation here. We have just over 10,000 feet. So we're still up relatively high, but we will drop down to the 9,000 for sure. I'm not sure of the elevation of Reds. So a lot going on today. It's gonna be a rolling, I'll say a rolling fast hike. That's the way I explained it. So it should be a lot of fun. All right, day 15. Stay stoked. Woo! Good morning view across the valley. But we're still going up. I thought we did most of our up. Well, hiking with Chris here. I had an epic nature call, and he took a wrong turn. So I was coming down the hill like, hey, Chris. So what do you know? All of our plans, and my gloves are in my puffy. So my hand's a little chilly, but I'm not opening up my pack again. Whew. All right, good morning. Well, it feels like we're going on that trail that we saw yesterday. That we say, no, that couldn't be it because we only have like a 50-foot climb or something like that. So I don't know what's going on, man. But we are on the right trail. Confirmed it not far out. So. I gotta get a better shot of this. I'm gonna close up here. Chris, you're catching up, man. Woo. You know, I was thinking about the whole that other trail. That other trail goes down into Cascade Valley, and Fish Creek is down there. And I've been down there multiple times. Boy Scouts, we were down in Cascade Valley. My dad and my uncle, we were down there. We'd fish the Fish Creek. We did a lot of stream fishing. We really like stream fishing, even more than lake fishing, because you're always moving and everything. And to get down into Cascade Valley, you had this killer 1 mile, 1,000-foot drop. And then on the way out, killer 1,000-foot climb. But we also had gone to Duck Lake though before. I know that. I don't know about Purple, but so my guess is that we parked our cars at Reds Meadows, because we've been to Reds Meadows a number of times, Rainbow Falls and Devil's Postpile. And then we parked there, and then hiked out into the valley. Maybe on the way out, we took the same trail that I'm hiking on right now, because that brings us into Reds Meadows, makes a nice loop, partial loop. So that would be pretty cool. I could have been, I don't know, anywhere from probably, I'd say 11 or 12 to probably, 17. I could have been hiking on the same trail, which means that's like 50 years ago. Something like that, I've been hiking on the same trail. Is that cool? All right, so we are flattening out. Thankfully, we're up to like almost 10.5, so I don't know what, we obviously did not read the trail correctly. That 50-foot increase was more like a 450-foot increase. So, should look a little closer next time. When I was having my breakfast, I'm having a super good pro meal bar. I actually like these. This is the Whole Berry Blast. I like those. They got a bunch of different flavors, but you can't have too many of them, otherwise you'll get tired of them pretty quick. But they have a lot of goodness in them. Not a lot of protein, but they got some fat and everything else, so that's good. A bunch of sugar, actually. So that's probably what feels so good in the morning. As a backup and secondary breakfast, I have a Snickers bar in my backpack, ready to grab at any moment. I also have some oatmeal if we stop. So I have quite a variety of foods here. All right, so when we get this kind of downhill flat like this, we're gonna really try and kick up our speed. We should be able to get over 3 miles an hour doing it if it's like this, especially if it's not deep sand. Like it's not deep sand right here. So, ooh, some more mountains in the distance now I can see. You can't see them though. All right. Woo! It's a really nice morning right now. It's warming up. All right, Chris is right behind me. So that's kind of those mountains I was taking pictures of earlier. Now we're opening up this big valley, and Reds Meadows is, it's kind of to our right. I don't know if we're gonna go around this mountain right here or not, or through it. But look at the mountain. That's some of the mountains we're gonna be hiking through and around. I think, I don't want to give them a name because I'm not really sure, but they're pretty. All right. It's warming up. It's not going to be a warm day. Chris said the high is supposed to be 60, something like that. So, which is going to be nice. For a number of reasons. Doing fast hiking, all that kind of stuff. So that's good. All right, got a little downhill. Time to move. Well, we are clearly now wrapped around kind of that mountain. So essentially, instead of boring a hole through the mountain behind us when we're camping, we're walking around it and up and around it. So we ought to be able to see Duck Lake pretty soon, which would be fantastic. This is what we that was our stretch goal yesterday, was Duck Lake, but that would have just been, would have been a little, the recovery wouldn't have been there for today, I don't think. So, all right. Well, another area we're going into right here. Well, we're kind of dropping into this valley right here. I'm hoping we don't go up and over that, but that could be an outlet to a lake, so maybe we do. I'm not really sure. Don't see a trail. So, hike on. Here we got a junction. Written in there is PCT and JMT, and that's Crater Meadows and Reds Meadows. That's where we're going. If we want to go to Duck Lake, there we go. We go back and then up. So we don't need to do that, and we certainly don't need to go back to Purple Lake. So there's some of the details right there. All right. So we're making good time. Good. Okay, so we do not need to go up that outlet. That makes a lot of sense. So what we would have done last night, we would have kept going down here. That must be the meadow down here that we're going to go to. And that's where we would have camped. That would have been pretty tough to do that. All right, I just checked 10.8 miles to Reds Meadows. It is 7:30. So that's like 4.5 hours to get 10 miles. I think we can do that by noon. So this is I just watered up at the outlet from Duck Lake, and it's really pretty. Check that out. Chris is like right behind me. Probably catch up by me doing videos and stuff. So got my Celsius, finished my Pro Meal Bar. I'm definitely gonna break into that Snickers eventually, though. It's just sitting there. So I didn't mention this before, so I had this antiseptic cream, which I desperately need to put on. You probably can't really even see that, but this thing is just gnarly. It's my skin. It's after a few weeks. I'm an IT guy, so my hands are really tender. So after a couple of weeks, if I don't take care of them, like I have not been taking care of them good enough, and even when I try to, they sometimes start falling apart. So it takes another week for them to kind of heal up, which is just about the time I'm off trail on the JMT. But I was so cold I couldn't squeeze the antiseptic cream. In fact, I'll show you. Like I got my pocket, so I warmed it up. Just triple antibiotic cream type stuff, which I bought, interestingly enough, 2 years ago at VVR, because I needed it for a similar thing. But it was so cold I couldn't squeeze the antiseptic cream. It wouldn't come out of the little tube this morning. I didn't want to burst it. I just put it in my pocket, and sure enough, man, after 15 minutes, I was able to get some out. So I needed to put some on my hands here, a couple fingers that were pretty sunburned yesterday, and also from just repetitively reaching behind under the pack, pulling out the water bottle and put it back in. It just started just rubbing on the skin with all the sun on it. It was like, whoa, it did not look good. Looks better this morning. So I'm really happy about that. I just have to be careful with it. Once the sun gets out, I'm gonna put my full-on Blue Lizard, zinc oxide sunblock on it too. So, but it's still pretty chilly this morning, and it got, warmed up, and then it kind of got chilly when we dropped down into the valley here. So that's looking back. Some of the mountains we saw earlier. So once we kind of wrap around here, I'm anticipating the whole kind of ecosystem is going to change here. We're kind of in the slate rock area right here. We should start getting more into what I would call volcanic, although I guess it's all volcanic, right? But the pumice type stuff. That's gonna be kind of cool. I'm just starting to get in the sun here. We've been going up a little bit. Since we're on back over 10,000 feet, about 10.2. I was down below 10 there for a while. So we're definitely going up and down. But, there's the bottom of Cascade Valley right there, at least part of it. So just past, I would say, 8 Japanese hikers. Some of them, I don't think, speak any English at all. And some of the other ones are, fine. I can communicate with. They're super stoked to be here. I don't know how long they've been out, though. They all look pretty clean. And equipment looks really nice and new. A lot of times you can tell from the sleeping pads if they're like really nice and clean. You're like, nah, you haven't used that very much. The birds are calling each other. Probably tell them, hey, there's this guy with an orange head coming your way, watch out. The trail's starting to kind of go up and down now. See, there's some trail maintenance on here that they've kind of formed the trail. This is a really heavily used trail. Once you start getting into Reds Meadows, there's a lot of tourist activity. They have some really cool Rainbow Falls, which is gorgeous, and Devil's Post Pile, stuff like that. So the trail's gonna get pretty big. Can get really dusty as well. And there's a big pack station out there, so add that in the mix. You're breathing horse poop. All right, check that out. Woo! All right, so we're gonna start to make a turn here eventually to kind of go up it's like an incline that Reds Meadows is on. Wow, man, look at that. That is so cool. So this passed another group of Japanese folks. So I said, so how many are you? Or like 20? And one guy said, no, 10. I said, well, how many days have you been out hiking? And like 8 days. I'm like, all right, man. So I said, gave them the thumbs up, and they're like, yeah, giving it back to me. It's so cool. I don't have any pictures, so I might try and get some later. I don't want to be offensive or anything, but I think they would probably love that. Tell you, it's just, we're going to turn away from this valley here pretty soon. It's just, those mountains back there are just incredible. Here we go, starting to get some volcanic rock. Starting to see the change here. The old globule coming right up here. Well, sorry about that. Right here. Yeah. As you slowly make the turn here. Yeah, we got some different rocks. This is cool. So you always wonder, you see these big hunking rocks like this. And then, so when the volcano just erupted, did these things just go like boom, and just get shot up in the air, and then all of a sudden, incoming, bam, they hit the ground. I know with all the pumice, that's kind of a big poof, like a spray. And that's why it's so airy and everything. Yeah, these are just, I don't know, I just love this kind of stuff, man. I don't think there's any obsidian here. If you ever seen obsidian, they have some in Oregon, around the Three Sisters area. They have some super, just tons of obsidian. It's like, and it's just, it's like, it looks like glass, right? It's just, in certain areas, it's just all over the place. It's incredible. So I don't know if we're gonna see any here or not. It'd be pretty cool if we did. Yeah, I'm starting to change. Woo! I don't see any pumice yet. Oh, there we go, man. That's pumice right there. Yep. Look right here. That's pumice. Woo! Yeah. Super light. Yeah. There we go. Got the pumice starting. It is really changed now. I'm just going around the corner a little more. Maybe they'll flip back and forth. See some granite, but it's really different. See, the sun's right behind me right now. See my portrait. Hi. Yeah. Whew. Just back a little further, it got really red, volcanic, that rust color. And that was really apparent. It didn't last too long. But if you look up above us, I don't know if you can tell, but it's that same kind of boulderish type rocks. Yeah, it's really getting all over. Ooh, there's a nice red one right there. I love that, man. That's so cool. Wow. Totally different. So starting to get into the pumices all over. All the little rocks you can see there. Those are all little pieces of pumice. It's on both sides of me. It's all over. It's all pumice. So pretty soon, the ground's gonna get really pumicey. But it's all over now. I think I hear, no, I thought I heard a stream. Must have been the wind. Yes, you can really see it. Everywhere. It's really peaceful. Peaceful morning in the forest. Now we're coming into the lupin. The lupin flowers are pretty much gone though. But you see you got the leaves. Along with the lupin, should be having some sage. Thought I saw, here we go. Here's some sage right here. This stuff is just like, man, that's like going to seed right there, isn't it? Let's put that. Woo! That's good. That's some pretty yellow flowers here too. Oh yeah, you can see the sage now. All around. Lupin's kind of tucked in there. Yeah, lupin's done for the year right here. Yeah, so pretty. So pretty, look at that. Fields of sage and lupin. There really is just fields of this. And you can really see it. The sun's on it here. This is kind of off the edge. But that's all, it's all sage right there. All the stuff that's lit up. Quite a canyon too right there. You can kind of see that drop, right? Woo! Yeah. We're definitely coming up to some water right here, just a little bit. I know there's more later on, so I'm not going to get any water here. So let's see, right now it is 9:15, and I have about 9,100 feet. So it's pretty much, there has been a little uphill, but mostly it's just been a really cruisy downhill, sometimes a little steep downhill. So yeah, 9,100, so we're definitely gonna break into the 8,000, that's for sure. Where is this water? Ooh, a little frost. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a little frost in the ground here. You know, this might be the water I'm looking for. I'm not sure. That was not the water I was looking for, but I did, take off my frog togs and put my sunglasses on, got my hat out. I'll put some sun stuff on my hands here in a little bit. But it's about 9:20, so it definitely is time for Snickers because it satisfies. So I'm looking forward to that. 9:20, so I think I'm definitely gonna get there before noon. So that'll be great. Especially if I get there before the other guys, I can get everything charging up. That'd be great. And I get my little resupply. So I take a little longer resupply than most people. I'm not as quick on that, but it's actually pretty easy because we're just gonna carry about 2 days worth of food. So I have kind of one day. It's like one dinner, one lunch meat pack thing or something like that. Little bag of Fritos and I don't know, get like 5 bars or something like that. I don't know, then I'll be totally fine. I have enough nuts. I got some nuts. I love nuts on the trail, man. It's so good. All right, time for my Snickers. I'm coming to another stream, but this is not the stream that I'm looking for. There we go. Nice little meadow here, huh? You can hear the water coming down. Really pretty. Trail. You can see the water going down, back up into the pumice. That was kind of cool. Just passed a couple guys that they said, oh yeah, we're going to, well, they got fishing, they're going to fish, and they said, we're not sure how far we're going to go today, and stuff like that. And I said, and then they mentioned something about Whitney Portal. And I said, oh, you guys doing the JMT? And like, oh yeah, I'm going north. And I said, so it's like, what day is this for you? I'm like, oh, it's day 4. Like, wow, man, we're just like day 15, And you can tell they're kind of cleaning everything. And then they said, so what do you think is the hardest pass, going southbound? I'm just like, oh man, dude, they're like all hard, I can't pick one out. I said, if you really want to maybe do the math, figure out how far, when you start your ascent way down in a valley, but then you got the ending part too, which can be super brutal. So I don't know. I said, I don't know. But they had fishing rods with them and everything. They were full of stoked, look really clean. And they're ready. They're excited. So that's really good to see. Come up to a meadow. There's some lupin that's actually blooming. Right there. Look at that. That's really pretty. There's water running in from up above. Wow, man. This is really pretty. there's a little bit of water. If you needed water, you could get it, but you know, there's water all over now. So. Yeah, next couple days, we're going to see quite a few big meadows and a lot of grass, hopefully a lot of green grass like this. Yeah, a lot of flowers. Look at the white flowers back there. Really pretty. All right, hike on. I'm going to tell people about walking through the pumice and all that. This is what comes to mind. It's just all around us right now. Everywhere you can see it. I mean, I remember doing this, you know, like 40, 50 years ago kind of thing. Yeah, I remember. I had my first GPS handheld thing about the size of a big smartphone. And we could see how fast, how many miles per hour we were going. So we were cranking through here to see how fast we could go. I totally remember that. 3.4. Wow, man, we are cruising. Let's keep going. Yeah. That might have been the water. It was just up a lot higher than I'm thinking of. I'm not sure because just up above here, that's where me and G got a campsite up here. It's just such a good campsite, you know. Nobody'd ever camped there, it looked like. That might be it. But I thought the stream had a little more of a kind of dip to it with some rocks, so maybe there's another one coming up. I think this is what I was looking for. There's another stream just before this that has more water, but this thing was, you know, flowing that year. So our campsite just right up here in the top of the hill. We saw that and we're like, hey man, that looks like a flat area. There's got to be campsites up there. So then this was our water source. Remember the logs here? There's a lot of water flowing through here then at the time. But yeah, remember washing up here and getting the water. And a little bit of a hike. I mean, tiny. Little walk right up there. That was our spot. It was cool. We had a couple bars, so we could talk to Katrina. We made our rent-a-car. She made our rent-a-car reservations out of Fresno. So, and I think we made our yard reservations. Either that or we didn't have any, but I was pretty sure that we had like a QR code or something like that. I saw this earlier. I wasn't sure what it was, but you can barely see it. See that? It's just that no tree bald peak right there where there's a structure at the top. And that's part of Mammoth Mountain, the big ski area. And we actually saw the other side of Mammoth Mountain when we were driving down 395 in that Sierra Transport. So it's kind of cool. We're going to get a better view of that today and, you know, for sure tomorrow too. So it's kind of interesting, isn't it? We were driving on the other side and I totally forgot that, hey, from Reds Meadows, you can see the other side of it, which would be near the end of the trip. Yeah. It also, if you know the trip down 395, you know that we were, you know, pretty early and kind of in the Sierra section. It was after Bridgeport, and then we started to see June Mountain, and then we saw Mammoth Mountain, that kind of thing. So it was pretty cool. All right, well, look at this. There's a little lupin with some flowers on it. Isn't that cool? See another one over here. That's really neat, man. Hopefully I'm pointing at that. There we go. It's so pretty. Yeah, there's just tons of this tons of this lupin is starting to grow. We'll see fields of it as we get toward Yosemite. But you know, I tried to find some of this, and we tried to grow a lupin where I live, and it works. But if it's like a ground cover, like a low kind of lupin on the ground, it's too wet. Where I live in the Pacific Northwest, and we have these snails, big slugs actually, that just devour the lupin, and the deer seem to like it too sometimes. But the snails just decimate it when they're really tiny, and they haven't had a chance to really establish themselves. So that kind of puts a damper on things. So that's a big bummer. One of the things that's so neat about this area here is that there's water, a lot of water along here, and you could just camp anywhere you want along here. You can get a campsite that maybe nobody's ever been on before, get the view you want, the trees you want. It's just amazing. Super nice. All right, so there's the kind of famous, there's the big red cone right there. You can hike up that. And there's Mammoth right there. So get a better view of this is part of it. And you can see that it is a massive ski area, and that backside is actually open also in the winter. And this is just a little bit of it. That is a huge structure right there too. It's like multi-level. It's massive. So we'll get a variety of views of that tomorrow, like I said before. So texted Katrina. I have like 4 bars here, but it didn't go as a normal text. So then I called her and left a voicemail. So I don't know what she's doing. I'm gonna try and call her pretty soon when I get into Reds Meadows, and then I'll start charging up my power bank right away. And then when we're not talking, I'll charge the phone back up. I'm at 70%, so I'm still doing pretty good today. But just want to be as charged as I can here over these next few days here, because you just never know what's going to happen. Yeah, big picture of this thing. It's really rad. A big cone. I forget what you call these things. It's driving me nuts. There's a name for them, not just a cone. I can't believe I can't remember. That's weird. Time for a new bridge, huh? All right. Just past the trail junctions, you can go hike up these craters. Tell a different kind of the traditional volcanic rock, you would think. Up here, and then come back right here. Kind of reddish or black, but pretty big. Mixed in with all the pumice. Of course, you still have pumice. All right, so I don't think that's Reds Meadow. That's building up to it. I remember last time we were here, we hiked through a big burn area. I mean, it was a huge burn area. So I wonder if they kind of logged that. Wow, that is really, sharp, bubbly looking, almost coral-like lava. That's pretty cool. So we're kind of, well, these are the mountains we're going to be going up in, but it's hard to tell here, but there's a valley there that kind of goes out from Reds Meadow, and we're gonna jump out of that. I don't know if we're gonna go here or whether we go around it and then go up, but we're gonna be behind those mountains right there. So it's gonna be super, super beautiful before we drop into Yosemite. Yeah. Oops. Okay, so we get another view here of the big valley. I'm not sure where Reds Meadows is exactly, or if it's up further or over the side of this little ridge here. I'm just not sure. I can actually see some really cool little way on the right there. Really clean mountains. Again, I don't know where we're going to enter in to all of this. We are going to enter into it. And if I had to guess, it's hard for me to actually see. This is going to be going in right behind there, up in that valley right there. Yeah. Whoa. On the edge of the trail here. All right. It's about 10:45, so my guess was I was going to be down there about 45 minutes. Seems crazy right here because I don't even know where we're going. So I can't see the trail, but according to the mileage and everything, it should be around that time when I arrive. All right, so we were hiking up there. There's the plume. Went around here. Now we're in this is an old burn area. It seemed to be more apparent when we were here last time. Maybe we just haven't got to all the obvious burns, but I don't know if you can see that, but they're black. I wonder if they've done some logging since then, but I don't really see logging roads or anything here. A lot of new growth, though. You always see that, which is really cool. Whenever there's a burn, almost always, unless it's just an incredibly hot burn that literally just wipes out the earth. But usually it's not like that. All sorts of new stuff. New growth happens really quick. Even ferns, which is kind of surprising because ferns need a lot of shades, you know. So it's pretty warm right here. And you can tell there's a little more burn. You can see some more here. Actually, you can't see the black very much though. You have to kind of look. Well, I guess you can tell. But compared to some of the burns I've seen, though, looks pretty calm. What's weird is you just see these giant topless trees like an avalanche hit, but I don't think it was an avalanche. But it goes way down there, all this big burn right here. I used to get really bummed out at the burns, but I mean, it's just to see so much kind of, in a way, death and destruction, you know. But I've seen enough of them now that there's so much rebirth and new birth, and you know, kind of clears out all the clutter, which maybe should have been, you know, burned earlier. So it's just kind of this cycle. But it sucks though when you're the one who has to hike through the cycle and everything is black, right? We all like it when it's nice and green, but it's really not, you know, reality. I mean, look at that. Man. Well, it says I'm just over a half a mile there, so still could make it. So there's a bunch of lupin here. I don't see any right now, but there's a lot of it. And a lot of the leaves have just been stripped off, which is what happens at home when the deer get involved. Ooh, look at that. Whoa, what in the heck are those? Let me get a picture of that. We're getting close. I didn't know we were in the Ansel Adams wilderness. Huh. I didn't see the sign where we entered into it. See, we're getting closer to where we might enter in here this afternoon. And however we get in there, we get right up against some of these big mountains. It's a cool little, look at that. All right, so you can see a little bit more mammoth right there. And here's kind of that valley I was talking about before. We're gonna be looking over that valley at some point. So it'll be pretty cool. I don't know if that's a ski area up there in the distance or not. Don't know. All right, we're getting pretty close here, dropping into the trees, and probably gonna start hearing the generator and seeing the pack station and all that. All right, we are coming into some serious signage here. Okay, JMT, PCT North. Just to keep going that way. Rainbow Falls Stock Trail. That's cool. There's JMT, PCT South. So we go this way. Looks like they got some nice, clean, new signs here, which is great. They even have a crest. Okay, Reds Meadows Resort and Pack Station. That's what we want to do, or a detour. Detour, oh, that's interesting. So we're going this way. That should lead us to the resort and all that kind of stuff. So this is where it can get kind of confusing. It's really helpful to have the far out app so you know where in the heck you're going. It's pretty quiet right now. I thought there'd be a lot more people mulling around. Maybe this is not one of the days where the bus goes to Mammoth, which really, that cuts off a big chunk of the people coming in here. It's only hikers then, or people that are driving here. But what I recall, even a couple years ago, there were a significant number of people that used the bus to go back and forth between Mammoth. So that would actually be kind of nice for us if they weren't here. Coming to the pack station, you can see there's some animals there, not that many. My guess is that they are out on the trail. And here's the structures related to the pack station. Got the parking. If you're actually taking the animals, you can park at their parking place. Got some cabins and things like that. Yeah, they must be out because usually there's a lot going on around the pack station. Right here. So you can see all the bunch of hay and stuff like that. Various structures. A lot of posts to tie up the animals, all that stuff. Whew, a lot going on there. Well, not at the moment. Pack station says right on there. Man, it's so quiet here right now. Really strange. Yeah, this is what I really wanted to see right here. This is what we want to see right there. And I'll stay on the road here. I think it's just straight ahead here. Slow down, dogs on leash. Man, it's quiet here. Super quiet. So this is where the buses come and pick up and drop people off. Resort sign has seen better days. Man, it's like a ghost town. I hope stuff is opened. It just feels really weird. Usually there's at least a few people milling around here. It's really odd. So that's the store right there. Oh, there's a hiker in the middle there. And then this is where you eat. It's the cafe. Cool. Yeah, I remember talking to some people that were staying in that cabin right there, and this was pretty cool, huh? All right, store says open, so that's good. All right, it's 11:34 and I made it. Everything is open. It's just kind of a weird time right now. Not hardly anything in the hiker box, so unfortunately we don't need much. So I'm gonna start charging right away and then get ready for the guys to show up. All right, it's 1:10. Chris is on the move. He's like, I'm going. I'm like, okay. This is pretty funny. Chad's like, really? I'm like, yeah. He's like, yeah, I'm leaving. We'll see at the lake. So now it's important we get to the lake. If we get to the lake, everything's gonna be fine from there. Because we will be on schedule in a sense to kind of to repeat what Gabrielle and I did, except the Rosalie Meadow, I guess, store or something like that will be open. So we may be able to get a meal there for sure. Get a couple of things to eat or some food. My resupply is a little heavier than one day, but I got some really good bars and some complete cookies. I can't resist those things. They're so good. And it was so cool. I was talking about my my electrolytes, like, oh, I got these mango chili elements and I just don't really like those, but I love element. So this gal, she says, hey, I got some extra element. You want some? I'm like, yeah. So she gave me some lemonade one and something else. And so, is that so cool? Love that. And then I had my mango chili element. And there was another guy there and said, hey, would you like the mango chili element? He's like, I love that stuff. I'm like, here you go. Isn't that cool? That's how the hiker box thing is supposed to work. Because he was dumping a bunch of stuff in there, some other people, and they had some nuts. So I grabbed somebody else's nuts, and I put my oatmeal packs that I didn't have, the Quaker oatmeal, I put those in the hiker box. I don't need those. So great start. That I ate that entire milkshake. It was very good. All right, so we have either 8.5 or 9.5. I think it's about 9 miles to Rosalie Lake, and that will set us up. So it's pretty warm right now. We have a 2,000-foot climb. So, my belly's full of coleslaw, cheeseburger, and whatever else. All right, we got to figure this out because there's like a detour sign right here. It's really hot. It's cool in the shade, but man, it's hot in the sun. We're at 7,500 feet, so we dropped at whatever we were today to 7,500, and we definitely got to go up 2,000. So we're going to be up 9,000 something. So it'll be a lot cooler. But right now, man, it's cooking. I didn't show all the signs, but there was signage all over the place here. Reds Meadows, south. Yeah, it can be really complicated. You have to be super careful. There's more signage here. And your Devil's Post Pile, National Monument. But I think we go Devil's Post Pile. This is when it's really nice to have a crest.
Devil's Post Pile.
Is there a crest? Is there? Yeah. Is there a crest on the tree there? Across the bridge. Woo! Nice breeze right here. That's a lot of water. Stream looks a little dirty. A lot of water. Yeah, it's kind of a lot of stuff growing in there. It's weird how whenever there's people around, not that much, you get weird water. Not sure exactly why that is. The water's clear. It's just a lot of green stuff there. Okay, where'd Chris go? Chris is checking it out. Whew, well, came down, dropped in somewhere along there. I do see a trail, but I don't know if that's ours. And Reds Meadows is down there, and we've been hiking up this super hot, incredibly powdery, dusty trail. And we're starting to see part of what's known as Devil's Post Pile. It's a national monument. You'll see more here in a minute. So we're cruising up the valley here, and then we'll start to take a pretty hard left and go straight up into the mountains here. All right, so we're just gonna keep going. King Creek Trail, Fern Lake. There's a ranger station, Devil's Post Pile. We're gonna get a shot at Devil's Post Pile here pretty quick. So we'll continue on. It is freaking hot, man. Gosh, it's probably the hottest I felt the whole trip. Parkers are below 8,000 feet. Right, we are, 7,626, what my watch says. See. Yeah, if there's a stream going by, we're definitely doing a hoodie dip because I can need a reboot. Because the cheeseburger, that giant strawberry milkshake, doesn't help much. But it may help though. Maybe it's even better than I would be without it. I don't know. Pack definitely feels heavier. The food, candy bars and stuff I have. And I have a full liter of water with some element in it. So that's like 2.2 pounds. They probably have 2 pounds, maybe 2-3 pounds of food. So we're talking, I got 5 extra pounds in my pack. And you definitely feel that. Now we're starting to get some little views of the post pile. Here we go. Take a look at that. Is that cool? I'm sure there'll be other pictures too coming up. Yeah, it is quite a unique phenomenon. See there's the post pile at the bottom. At the bottom you see all the posts or the rock. I've actually walked on the top of that before, and it is really something to see the shape of the post while they're all connected together. It's really something. Now, I don't know whether it's bugs or the result of a fire or they're just thinning the forest or what, but man, there's all sorts of just debris. Maybe it was just heavy snow year, don't know, wind, but we're seeing a lot of this on the trail right here. Maybe it's a combination of these things. It just weird. I don't know, maybe they did some harvesting in the forest, because after they do that, it's not a clear cut. It looks pretty mangled. So maybe that's it and they replanted. Don't know. Not real pretty though, especially when it's hot out like this.
You look at it right here and you're like, which burn area do I want?
I know exactly. All right, so here's the key sign, JMT North, and you see PCT North. So the PCT is going to eventually get up on the ridgeline over there. And
so there's not much water up there. I've been on both.
Yeah.
Just finished the other one.
So we go up there.
I think it's more direct.
Whew, well, about up to 8,000 feet. I know we have to get to, I don't know if it's 10,000 or not, but 2,000 at least. 76 below, so at least another 1,000. Man, it's stinking hot, but the breeze is cool in the shade. So what are we looking at here? Well, this is some more mammoth right now. We're getting some of the top right there. Ski area. It's kind of cool. There's obviously another ridge here, and there's another structure just to the right of the little tree there at the top. My guess is that's also part of mammoth. And then over here you see a kind of a bald peak, but there's some obviously huge cliffs there. But then way to the left there may be another ski area, and I don't know if this is true or not, but maybe that's where June Mountain is. I don't know, but or it could just be part of Mammoth, because Mammoth is a mammoth ski area. They've acquired a lot of land over the years, so honestly don't know. I wonder if you can ski from Mammoth all the way down to Reds Meadows, and then there's like a pickup or something. I mean, just if you just ski that whole incline right there in the trees. That'd be kind of cool. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not the first one person asked that, I'm sure. There's a road up there. See if a truck's gonna come behind some trees. Barely see, I can see it. It's gonna be coming out here in a second. Ready, there it is, there it is, there it is. Some kind of truck. So there's a road. There's actually two structures on the top there. That's gotta be some ski areas up there. I'll get the map out later. Wow, it's really something. Okay, we've got another trail junction. JMT, Johnston Lake straight, Superior Lake to the left, Devil's Post Pile, looks like back. So I'm assuming JMT is not to Superior Lake, is to the right, but that's not real obvious. So I'll hike a little bit here and then I'll check out the Far Out app. It used to be called Gut Hook, which is a little more gross, but way cool. All right, I'm gonna stop and check it out right here. Woo, in the shade. There's some people there, it's kind of weird. So, that just crossed the Minaret River or stream. Minarets is those pointy, craggy rocks that we saw across that we're headed towards. So the next reliable water, I think, is about 2.4 miles. So Chris is like right behind me, so he's cranking. I'm tired today. Could have something to do with that cheeseburger and that strawberry milkshake. So I grabbed drank a bunch of my water and then, whew, in my breath here. And then filtered, just so I have about 3/4 of a liter of water. That should be fine. It's so warm, I decided to do the hoodie dip. The water's not that cold, but it's not all about the cold water. It's the evaporation. That's definitely going to occur. So that's going to make a big difference here for the next couple miles. So I'm not sure how many miles we have to go. We've probably done about 3, something like that. So I say we have about 6 more miles, something like that to go. I think we should be in camp by like 5, something like that. What time is it? It's actually 3 o'clock right now. So a couple hours, 2 miles an hour. That'll be 6, yeah? For certainly before 6. I hope Chad's doing okay because there are so many signs and ways you could get basically lost. He's gonna have to look at those signs real close and check far out. Otherwise, it's super easy to get turned around down there. It's so hot, you're just, mentally, you're just trashed. So, man, I hope he's doing all right. My right toes, couple on my right foot, definitely feel them. The same kind of thing I get when I'm walking really fast in sand. I'm hiking on the beach in really soft sand. Very similar. So I guess all my walking in the sand is actually paying off. But I do get those because I'm kind of clawing with my toes. You get sometimes little blisters on the end of them. I mean, it's not like a heel blister or something like that that's actually going to cause a problem. It's just kind of irritating. You can feel it, but it's like it's not going to impede the hike or your ability to hike. So I'll probably be fine in the morning. So I already feel a lot better in the shade. I got this water on, or the water in the hoodie. So, man, when it gets hot, unless I'm moving, or I got a whole bunch of Celsius in my body, which I don't, and the 2 trekking poles, it makes a difference for me. All right, trying to stay stoked. I was putting some sun stuff on my hand because it kind of washed off. And all of a sudden I heard something, so I looked up and there's like a pack train of horses coming like right at me. And the gal, I could tell she was in the front, was like, okay, when's he gonna see us? So I looked up, I'm like, whoa. And I moved off the trail real quick. It was kind of funny. She was awesome. So, the other thing when I do the hoodies, I do the hoodie dip, I also clean the hoodie too. So I give that thing at least 3 or 4 good rinses. And then I also, and then I get it wet and I just kind of scrub my back with it too, because it's like a big long towel. So, which is good, right? My back needs to be clean because it's always really sweaty against the pack. So there's a kind of a double, triple benefit of doing that. It's big meadow to my left. Hopefully we get a chance to, I can show you a picture of that. Now we got a serious trail 3-way kind of thing going on here. I think we go to Shadow Lake, but I'm gonna have to double check that.
from, man?
Oh yeah, this way. All right, so this is Jeremy. I said, hey, have I seen you on YouTube? I'm like, probably not, but I do put my stuff there. That's awesome, man.
Yeah, no,
Thanks
very
so
cool.
much, man.
Hey, you're welcome.
Well, I had a little bit of a tear fest there. Still amazed that somebody actually sees all the work we put into and said, I really like your videos with you and your daughter. Yeah, that was special. I needed that. So, here's the first glance at the minarets. We're going right up there, baby. That wet hoodie's feeling really good now, even in the sun. There's a breeze blowing on me, my back. Oh, what a emotional roller coaster this afternoon. Hey, come on. What you doing? Oh, you hiding? Don't hide. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. It is literally exactly 4 o'clock. Elevation on my watch is 9118. And we finally flattened just for a minute. I need to rest. I'm tired. There's a lot of people on the trail back there. It's kind of a bubble going into Reds, and it's kind of calmed down now. It's nice and quiet. Whew. Man, ugh. Chris ought to be here in a minute. Oh, man, that was just like there was no flat there, man. It was just kept going. That's hard. It's hard with one tracking pole. I can totally feel the difference. I need more oxygen. I just checked. I only have like a couple miles left. Oh, I feel great. Oh, I'm really glad to hear that. It's 4 o'clock, couple miles left. I'll be at camp. It really is just 2 miles. I'll probably be there in 40 minutes, something like that. Should be pretty good. My right toes, man, I'm kind of a little concerned about looking. I don't really want to look at them. They could just be red. I hope that's right, but I'm gonna have to put them in the lake for sure just to cool them off, cool my feet off. Hopefully there's not big blisters on them. I don't think I've ever had like big blisters on my feet since I started using trail runners. Oh, that was super encouraging. Couple miles, woo. It's always those last 2 miles. Oh, they're killer. Yeah, stay stoked. All right, woo. Let's make it good. Yeah, you can just tell from the terrain right here. I see a lot of blue all around me. Telling me that at least, although I can see some mountains in front of me, those could be the minarets right there. But we're definitely some kind of little saddle thing here. That's pretty stoked about. All right, hike on. Not there yet, but clearly we're back in the forest. Meadows, oh, there's a little bit of water. And we're out of the pumice and the sand and the super hot sun. So, feels good. Now the trick is not to get chilled from the wind because I'm all wet. But feels good to be up over 9,000 feet again. Man, that was hot. What, 7,000 something we were at? I don't know. Yeah, super pretty. Little meadow right here. Got some water. Mosquito breeding, I'm sure. But it's nice to be up high. Oh, man. We're getting closer. Here's another pond. Oh, it goes way back there. That's not where we're headed though. Well, we're getting into some more kind of gnarly rock stuff right now. So elevation, let's do a quick check. 9,516. According to my watch. There's a bowl here, but this is not going to be the lake. I don't think. That's just right up against there. No, I don't think so. We're up against a big cliff though, man, that's for sure. All right. Something's got to be right over this though. I just checked far out just to make sure I didn't pass it. Because, you know, it's on the side of me. But I don't think it's possible. The trail goes on the right side of the lake. It says, far out says it's 1.1 miles. So I suspect I go up, cruise a little bit, and probably go down some. That was the longest 1 mile though, man. I was like 2 miles away. So half the end of the day, man, you think you're hiking fast and you're going for it. But man, you start to slow down. My toes are really bothering me though. I'm getting plenty of oxygen. I'm just running out of gas. I'm just tired. Had to stop and massage top of my thigh. I mean, when I have to do that kind of stuff, it's like, okay, Craig, it's about time to shut down for the day, man. All right, well, this is Rosalie Lake right here. First look. And I'm sure we'll get a better look. I figure out where the campsite is. Should be to the right of me here. Well, this is Gladys Lake. It's a little lake, kind of a pond. Rosalie Lake is big. And so this is not, we gotta go a little bit further. Sure is pretty lake though, isn't it? All right, this might not make any sense, but you know, we may have seen these earlier today. These mountains, this could be the other side of that valley Reds Meadows runs up into and the PCT is on. Would not be surprised. Some gnarly mountains there. Probably going over there, I would think. I'm not quite sure. Or here, and here is some minarets, which somehow we're going to get pretty close to those tomorrow. Maybe Shadow Lake, one of the other lakes we're going to go by. So our lake should be pretty close. Probably just down here, and I can't see it right now through the trees. Whew. Man, this has been an exhausting day. Exhausting day. Whew. All right, I see the water through the trees. It's just like a couple 100 feet below me, though. We got some switchbacks. So it's after 5 right now, I think. 5:05. It's pretty late for us for hiking. So there should be a campsite when we get down there, just to the right. There's supposed to be some campsites. The epic ones are going to be around the lake a little bit more, but I'm going to find the first campsites that we can get 3 tents into. I think that's going to be, that would be the vote. So, whew. Okay, here's the lake. Campsite should be just behind me. There's people over. Oh man, a couple people hanging out on the beach. Ooh, Rosalie Lake. Got our own beach right here. Yeah, baby. Really nice. So it's pretty shallow right here. But we can definitely get water. There's rocks right here, so that's really good. And I'm gonna get a lot of sun here for a while, so that's gonna be great for getting cleaned up. All right, let me find my campsites here. It's supposed to be right behind me here somewhere. A bunch of them just right off the trail here. They'll be right up here somewhere. Well, check them. Got here at 5:05. Got some good campsites. There's 1, 2. I'm gonna grab this one. Got a cool family there, a little ukulele, super sweet. So we got a nice little spot right here. So they think they're gonna camp on the top of the ridge tonight. That's gonna be awesome. As soon as I can get decently set up, I'm gonna go down there and clean up a little bit. A little gross. All right, so good evening from day 15.
15.
Wow, tomorrow's 16. All right, day 15. So how many miles did we do today, Chad?
I think we did 23. Some reports have us a little higher than that, but I think officially we're going to call it 23.
23.
The watch is 25, and that includes probably the milling around at Reds Meadow and stuff. But I think on the books, you know, old man Griffith over here has got us at 23.
23.
That
That's
sounds
a little
legit.
more than the trail mile. It does include going over to Reds and back. Oh,
Yeah.
Reds.
Reds.
Reds was
Yeah.
precious.
So how was it? I liked the lunch. I liked the coleslaw, man. That was good coleslaw.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't have. I had
Served
the,
up a good burger.
I had
Yeah.
the fruit cup
Yeah.
with double cheeseburger.
Oh, you got the double?
Double
Nice,
cheeseburger with the
nice.
fresh fruit.
You
and-
got to get the double. I mean, it was only a quarter-pound patty.
No, I was fine. I was so full when I left. Well, that's because that strawberry milkshake was huge.
Yeah, that probably was like 2,000 calories in itself.
I think that's why I just was. I
Yeah.
felt slow. I'm like, my back's heavy. Yeah.
Dude, I had that chocolate shake.
Yeah,
It's the
chocolate.
best $11 shake I've ever had.
I know. I was thinking I wasn't gonna be able to finish it. I'm gonna get ripped off, and then it started to like warm up a little bit, and then you can
Damn,
just really
$11,
slurp
and that
it.
didn't even come with any bourbon or anything, huh?
No, yeah,
It did have it'll have a little whipped cream on top. So
Yeah, it was
nice.
actually really good. Yeah.
Uh,
Wait. I asked the lady. I said, do you have fries? She says, is something like, is it on the menu? I'm like, no. I said, well, I thought I'd ask.
she had a whole story.
Yeah, and then
about
she gave the
grease
full
and-
story about the grease. I said, I'm like, I understand that. You can't just put it in a hole. You know, the grease. So that was kind of funny. She was a little snappy there on me.
I think the best thing might have been the 2 cups of coffee, though.
Oh, I didn't get any coffee. You got some coffee?
I
huh?
got some coffee. Yeah, free refills. It was good.
Oh, that's probably good. I didn't have any. Oh, no.
I don't know.
that
I
would have
needed
been
it.
nice,
I don't have all
actually.
the Celsius you have, so
Yeah, I
That's
only
a
use
nice
Celsius for
caffeine
morning
boost.
this time. Yeah, I was struggling.
Yeah, it really made you fast today, too, because you were
nah,
nipping on our heels most of the afternoon.
I don't think that's the case. I did make it here past you guys somehow, because you're hiding up here, trying to kill me.
I don't know how that happened. I was in the water.
I mean, the
actually.
trail's way
Wait.
down there. What do you mean?
No, the trail went along on the.
I thought I was going to have like a welcoming party.
Yeah,
Hey.
if we saw you.
We
Yeah.
were looking out for you.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, this is the
so
this is the
quiet.
tent mark on far out right here. That's actually why I came up here. I figured that's the first place you're gonna look. And
Well, it would've made
but it didn't work out in his plan. So
I went to Gladys. I thought I saw your tent set up. And I was so excited. I went down there and there's some kid with his dad. And it's
Oh, I
like,
saw
Chris.
that tent.
Then I looked up and I was like, oh, this is Gladys. It was a pretty lake too.
Oh, I did that too. I saw that. I'm like, oh, we're here. I'm like, oh crap.
It's another half
Man,
mile.
I gotta go up. Yeah, and then,
You're like-
and then we had a
And
pretty
it's like
good drop.
mostly downhill, but it was up. There was so much climb
Yeah.
this afternoon that I wasn't really mentally prepared for, but somehow.
No, I didn't think the climb was going to be so intense. I mean, it was the whole afternoon, pretty much. It was just going up, 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 up. And it didn't really pause that much. So I did get a nice hoodie dip, and I cleaned the hoodie, and I scrubbed my back. So I got a trio out of that. So
The only thing
that
I got
helped.
is like I can smell how bad I smell like no other time on this trip today.
Wow.
Like so.
Well,
it's
that's
really-
that's good. You know what it's like. If I don't wash my hoodie,
2 days ago
that
we had a
starts to
shower,
stink.
but
Yeah.
I guess it's not really holding out.
No, I guess not. Yeah, but what is that? Oh, I thought that was a squirrel or something. That was your shoes, Robin. So it was what was it? Oh, so I had a guy that was pretty cool that he said, hey, I know you. You had the YouTube video, with your daughter hiking, blah blah blah. And man, I just made my day right there. It was so cool. Put so much effort into that and everything, and people make nice comments, but I never thought. I mean, I don't know how many subscribers, like 300 subscribers, something ridiculous, Yeah, so that was pretty fun. That was just the right time just at the right time. I was tired. You know, we just kind of started that uphill after the stream crossing. I'm like, oh man. So that was good. Yeah.
Yeah, a little dirt on my face again.
Yeah. Oh, I thought that was.
Can't
I
imagine how.
thought that was to keep the sun from reflecting your eye.
Yeah.
You know, like those.
Yeah, it was just a little eye
Indian
black.
route.
Yeah.
Getting ready for football season.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's see. So so Chris, you saw a buck. You showed me.
Yeah.
You got a nice photo of it too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So tell us the story. That was really cool.
Well, I was just walking along and I noticed something running out of the corner of my eye, and I look over to the left and there's this big old buck with big old rack, and he just trots up onto the trail and kind of looks back at me, and he wasn't afraid of me or anything like that. And I just stopped and I tried to pull out my camera, and then when he heard my zipper to my phone pouch or whatever open up, he kind of trotted on up the trail.
Oh, that's what did. Okay.
And so he would just run. He just stayed about 100 feet in front of me, and he'd kind of slowly walk. And as soon as I got close enough where I thought I could get a good picture, he was off trotting down the trail again. And that went on for at least a good 15 minutes.
Isn't
15,
that
20
cool? I've
minutes.
never experienced anything like that.
And so, maybe close to a mile up the trail or so, he just kind of peels off to the left and gives me a last look. It's like, all right, thanks. See you later.
Yeah.
Was that a subtle claim to 4 miles an hour? That's what I heard there.
Yeah.
Kind of slip that in there.
Maybe 3.5.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
pretty
pretty
good.
cool.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's a
We were
good
making
These
story.
guys
some
are
time.
speedy, especially this guy.
We're making some pretty good
Only
time.
sometimes. Yeah, we
I
did.
just keep trugging.
Yeah, I just don't want the part of it. I just don't want the pain to last. I just want to get over it. But some of it is. Well, usually it's fun. I enjoy it, but it was not. The sand. You know what it is? The sand. It's this
hard,
dirt
yeah.
sand. Oh, and I find
the
out.
thicker, like the real thin
Yeah.
is great, but the thicker is like
Yeah, like
It's a
we
lot
were
more
walking on the
work.
loose
It's
sand,
really
like
hard. Yeah,
the
yeah.
beach or something. Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah. So I thought I had. I didn't video this yet, but I thought I had like a little blister on the bottoms of my couple of my right toes, just from digging, like clawing in. And because that happens at home, I'll get blisters there, just from the sand. And so I go to the lake, and I'm like, my toes all bloody. So one of my toenails was digging into under the other toe. And so, but that's luck. I mean, I'd rather have that than a blister though, because really you just rub it off, put some stuff on, put a piece of Leuco tape, or I just put a Band-Aid on it, and that just stopped. And I filed it even more, that toenail, which was weird because the toenail wasn't sharp. My toes are so messed up from hiking now. Not only are they kind of numb and everything, but they're like all just under each other and just weird. But it's totally worth it. Yeah, it's okay. So yeah, that hasn't happened. That's because of all the sand stuff too. Just the digging of that sand is so hard. No.
Yeah, I got a nice big blister tonight.
Yeah, that was gnarly, dude.
Yeah, that's what 23 or 25 miles will do.
Yeah.
Going through
Yeah,
that stuff.
thanks. Yeah, you guys will get me one way or another.
Yeah, one way or the other. So I have this weird thing. Look at that thing. I don't know if you can see that.
Oh yeah,
It's like
little boo boo.
it's like a hole that just started, and then I cut. Look at that. It looks like it's weird. You can see that thing. It's hard to see. Anyway, I've been putting antiseptic cream on both of those multiple times a day, and I finally put that blue lizard, that like zinc oxide stuff on my fingers and my hand, especially my right hand, because it was getting pretty gnarled up yesterday. It looks a lot better today, so that was good. So okay, let's do our stats. So we're all trashed. I mean, it was a super hard day. It was a really hard day. I mean, for me, it was like one of the hardest, just because it's just the heat and the sun and the soft sand.
Yeah,
I'd
Chad
rather
said this
go
morning
overpass.
today's high is going to be 60. And I said, yeah, well, we'll see about that.
Well, it could have been over there, but not here. That's the thing. That's a
Exactly.
pretty location. Because yeah, how low did we drop? Reds was it 7 something?
37 this morning.
Yeah, it was cold this
Yeah.
morning. No, I mean the elevation at Reds Meadows. Was that 7.7 or 7.6, something crazy like that?
Oh, the elevation was
Yeah.
7,500.
I know. So we went way back up, and I'm at like,
And then we went up over 9,600.
I only show like 93 something right now. I thought we were higher
We're
than
at 94 right now.
that. Okay. Oh, because we were higher and we dropped back down here a little bit.
Yeah, the high is 65 tomorrow, looks like.
Is that for here?
Uh,
It makes the difference. Whoops. I just clicked
14.3
something.
miles away.
Oh, what's this AE lock on my phone? Oh my gosh. Oh, there we go. It's complicated. Okay, stats. All right.
23 miles.
Oh, yeah.
23
Stats.
miles.
The-
Okay, I got some very impressive numbers here. My steps, 46,071
Oh, my.
steps. I don't think I've ever got that high before. And that's a combination of, one trekking pole, because I would have used a trekking pole the whole afternoon, both of them, if I had them. I would have felt a lot better, I think, if I had those too. So that's probably why so many. And we did the 23 miles, so you get a lot of steps. How many steps did you have?
35,000.
Oh, you passed the 30,000, man.
925.
That's awesome. That's a lot of steps, man. I like that number because other people who just do a little exercise, they count their steps. And when you say, yeah, I did like 46,000, they're like, what? It's like so outside of the ballpark, How many calories did you have?
So I got 3,177 calories.
Dang, 3,000. Oh, we're close. I have 2,934. So I almost hit
you're
3,000.
catching up.
Yeah, that's probably because my heart rate probably was cranking going up in that heat and everything. I'm okay. I have my iPhone filled up with space. The storage got full. I'm not sure if hopefully that actually recorded what we did have. So I think it did. Anyways, I think we're about done though.
Yeah, we had all our stats.
I got our stats. It was a super hard day.
It was day 15.
Yeah.
Drawing to a close. We got day 16 tomorrow.
Yeah. Tomorrow's gonna be cool. It's gonna be different. So
We think 3 more days of hiking.
yeah.
We got to be transporting in.
Transporting in, man. Yeah, that's why we can't. That's why we have to crush it here because we got a flight, man.
You're gonna kill me.
So yeah, so we got to do it. All right. Anything else, guys?
That's it.
Okay. All right.
All
So
right.
that's it for day 15. Good night.